You know, ever since I walked into the Van Nuys Armory today, to this sorry-ass promotion I've been to the top of the mountain from, not once, but twice, everyone wants to know. They don't care about my match with Low-Ki, they say. They don't care about Chris Hero. All they want to know is who Davey Richards is tagging with. Now, Roderick Strong, buddy, we go back a long ways. And we've looked ass from coast to coast. But we've been there, and we've done that. So, I've been to the top with Super Dragon. I've been to the top with Roderick Strong. Now, am I going to be the nice guy that I am and take some sorry-ass loser and rise him to the top of Tag Team Division Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'll dust off the shoes and bring back an old friend and we'll whoop some ass. But there's only one way to find out. You show up in May, you buy a drink, you buy a seat, you shut your mouth, or I may whoop your ass, and we'll see what happens.
Now, after watching the Dynasty steal another one disco machine, we are on to this match, a big dream match for some fans, as Shingo, the former Shingo Takagi, now just Shingo, from, I believe, Yokohama, Japan, by way of Houston, Texas. Shingo actually spending some time at the Double Cross Ranch. Wow. Not wrestling or anything, he's actually herding cattle.
Him and Funaki out there herding cattle.
Taking on Davey Richards, who lost his title shot to El Generico actually not last month, 2 weeks ago at Album of the Year. And Davey Richards, not, you know, he's not really in the doesn't really have a lot of momentum going into this match, but looking to turn things his way as he's looking forward towards All-Star Weekend and looking forward for the World Tag Team title tournament. And so Davey Richards, a lot on his mind, a lot resting on this match. So Shingo really has a big opportunity to come away with what would be considered an impressive victory. Of course, next month at All-Star Weekend 5, Davey Richards facing off with Low-Ki on night 1 and Chris Hero on night 2. So big single matches for Davey Richards, and then of course his partner for the World Tag Team title tournament, unknown at this point. Davey Richards said he'll let you know when he wants to, not when somebody in my position or somebody in Dino Winwood's position announces it. So Davey Richards taking on a bit of a mysterious aura here, keeping to himself and really trying to keep things to play it close to the breast. But here Shingo trying to bring it out of him, trying to come away with a big victory here. What would be a big victory here in this match?
And Davey Richards, as we saw before, just when he was getting checked by referee Rick Knox, didn't want to even just have anything to do with it. Just wants to get to the match and do what he does best, which is wrestle. And Shingo just taking it right to him.
Shingo telling Davey Richards to bring it on. Shingo, of course, from Dragon Gate, from a part of the Muscle Outlaws at Dragon Gate, and he spent quite a bit of time over there wrestling Dragon Gate. Of course, that's where he started, that's where he broke in, and then spending a lot of time in Texas. So Shingo is no stranger to, what is this? Wow! He got him in a sleeper hold, spun him around, and then dropped Davey Richards down. Davey Richards maybe had his windpipe crushed by Shingo, and nonetheless, he was taken down the hard way by Shingo. Now Shingo just stepping on the throat of Davey Richards.
I'm not sure I've ever seen Davey Richards just muscled like that and just muscled over a body. Yeah, absolutely, like a body slam like that. So
Davey Richards, recipient of a fist drop from Shingo.
Wow.
But as I was saying, Shingo is no stranger to being on the receiving end of some really hard kicks. Of course, facing Masaki Mochizuki in either way, Mochizuki, the guy that does all the kicks in Dragon Gate. I don't remember which one. But anyway, unimportant. But so Shingo on the receiving end, quite a few kicks from Mochizuki. Davey Richards, arguably, or not arguably, has not been wrestling quite as long as Mochizuki. Does not have the martial arts training, the karate training as Mochizuki does. Mochizuki, of course, a veteran of war, a veteran of wrestling in advance, and a veteran of the Karate Corps in war. And So Mochizuki does know how to throw some kicks. Davey Richards no slouch in that respect either. But Shingo may be unimpressed at this point by the kicks of Davey Richards. As you can see, just muscling up, manhandling him. He's got him in the vertical suplex. Ooh. He pumped him a few times, trying to drive the blood out of the feet into the brain of Davey Richards, and then dropped him down the hard way, Disco Machine.
Unbelievable. And as I said before, this is maybe the first time that Davey Richards has been matched and just overpowered by an opponent and just taking him to task and Davey Richards is the one that's used to doing the pounding, and he's getting a pounding from Shingo right here. And now the headbutt by Shingo taking Davey Richards down. And
Shingo is coming off the ropes for a follow-up, but Davey Richards taking off his feet by the headbutt. So Shingo just went to a stomp to the head, the old standby Disco Machine.
That's right, absolutely. And now Davey Richards just clinging to that second rope. Oh, just a slug to the back, and Davey Richards showing anguish right here. I don't think I've ever seen Davey Richards in this position.
Oh, kitchen sink just takes Shingo down, and Davey Richards planted his knee firmly in the breadbasket of Shingo. Or should I say, the rice basket.
Oh.
Thought that was pretty clever.
They don't put rice in the basket.
Silly me. But Davey Richards drawing the ire of the crowd as he has now gained the advantage for the first time in this match. And Shingo against the ropes, and figuratively, of course, not literally, as he's body slammed down by Davey Richards. Now knee drop catching Shingo right above the eye, and Davey Richards just the crowd chanting some expletives at Davey Richards, but Davey Richards letting it get under his skin. Not something that we saw when he had his very super successful reign as PWG World Tag Team Champion with Super Dragon. Davey Richards, now I think really feeling the pressure from the crowd. Really, taking a disliking to the crowd. If Davey Richards could wrestle in an empty building, I think he would.
Yes, absolutely. And we saw that before when Roderick Strong and Davey Richards wrestled Cape Fear. That Davey Richards really took exception to a lot of the fans.
Actually, last month too, when he faced El Generico in the PWG World Title match.
That's right, and really taking issue with a lot of the fans' comments, almost like
taking it personally.
Yeah, every comment that a fan would make, he would call him out personally.
Now Shingo may be able to hurt Davey Richards physically.
That's right.
Hard crossface by Davey Richards, and Davey Richards hurting Shingo both physically and emotionally there.
That's right.
Shingo's feelings may have been hurt by that crossface.
Well, I tell you, Davey Richards, not a lot of people knows about him. He's a very sensitive guy, and he takes pride in his work. So when people disparage him while he's doing what he does best, he really takes issue with it.
Now Shingo breaking out of Davey Richards' headlock, but now these two men just trading blows in the center of the ring. Elbows to the side of the head, boot to the midsection by Davey Richards, cuts Shingo off. Shingo thrown pillar to post. No, he reverses. Davey Richards goes up and over the top. Shingo's got him. Looks almost like the Oklahoma Stampede. Oh, drops him down. Beautiful over the shoulder body slam.
Shingo going to the top. I don't think I've seen a maneuver from him from the top when he faced Ronin, but obviously got caught right there by Davey Richards. Had it well scouted.
Hard shot to the side of the head from Davey Richards on Shingo. Now Shingo up to the top rope. Davey Richards brings him down the hard way indeed. Disco Machine superplex on Shingo. You can see Shingo clutching his lower back, and I mean that has got to sting. I know it stings, Disco Machine, but that particular one has really got to sting.
2 count only right there.
Davey Richards hooking the leg, unsuccessful pinfall attempt. Disco Machine Shingo is really in a bad situation here.
He had Davey Richards, he had the match full in hand, but Davey Richards swinging the momentum backbreaker right there, and Davey Richards feeling the effect of that one as well. And now
Shingo up on the middle rope. Davey Richards draping his leg over the shoulders and neck of Shingo, choking him out on the rope. Rick Knox telling him that is Davey Richards spitting on the fan at ringside. We have seen quite a bit of expectorant here tonight between Kevin Steen and Davey Richards. Now those kicks from Davey Richards on Shingo. Shingo telling Davey Richards that those things don't faze me, brother. I've faced your like and worse, and I'm still standing. So Shingo fighting back, hitting Davey Richards with a hard series of elbows, but Davey Richards cuts him off to the knee to the midsection. Shingo reversing Davey Richards into the corner. Shingo charging in, but gets a face full of boots from Davey Richards. Davey Richards calling for the swinging DDT, but Shingo catches him, brings him but Davey Richards reversing with a knee to the crown of the head. Now Davey Richards strips off the elbow pad, charges in the elbow in the corner, off the ropes. Shingo brings him up. He's got him hooked in the Death Valley driver. Brings him down, drops him into the spine buster. Davey Richards now rolled through by Shingo. Shingo shoots him in with the hammer throw. Davey Richards reverses. Shingo reverses. Got him up again. Gut buster, face buster from Shingo. Now Shingo drops him down with a DDT and a senton for good measure from Shingo.
What an exchange we saw right there. Shingo now lateral press 1, 2, 2 count only. And Shingo almost had the match won right there. Referee Rick Knox
saying only a 2 count. A very, very impressive series of maneuvers from Shingo. A very impressive series of attacks, actually, as he just took the fight right to Davey Richards with that flurry. Now he's got him up in the Argentina backbreaker. Davey Richards, though, kicks out of it, goes for the clothesline. Davey Richards up and off. Now Shingo catches him in the backbreaker, drops him down like a burning hammer, covers him, hooks the leg, 1, 2. 2 count only. Davey Richards kicks out 2.99.
Well scouted by Shingo right there. He's very upset he did not get the 3 count. Thought it should have been a 3 count right there, but says that he has one more maneuver that's going to put away Davey Richards. And here we go.
Now bring the former tag team champion up to his feet. Shingo's got him almost like a pump handle, but Davey Richards blocks. Soul butt to the midsection of Shingo. Boot to the side of the head, swings him through, goes for that German suplex. Shingo elbowing out of it, comes across with the clothesline. Davey blocks. Enziguri taking Shingo, or staggers him, and now Davey picks him up and drops him down the fucking arrow. The deal is done. This is it. Nobody kicks out. 1, 2 count only. Shingo somehow miraculously kicked out after the deal was done. And now Davey Richards, I incorrectly called this move the 1459. This is in fact the Panama Canal.
Wow.
Disco Machine may be asking, why is it the Panama Canal? Because it's got more locks than the Panama Canal.
Wow.
Yeah, the humor a bit too narrow for our broad audience.
Exactly.
But nonetheless, he's got the Panama Canal on Shingo, but Shingo somehow makes it across to the bottom rope, forcing Davey Richards to break the hold. Shingo working out the kicks in his knee. Rick Knox having a hard time officiating this match, but nonetheless doing a great job as Davey Richards back in control. He's got him with the double underhook, could be going for the DR driver. That Michinoku driver won, but Shingo reversing out of it. Davey Richards catches him with a DDT of his own, returning the favor from earlier on in the match. And now I believe Davey Richards calling for the shooting star press.
And he gets Shingo in position. Davey Richards going to ascend to the top. But actually Shingo
not out of it yet. You can see his hand is up. He's not ready. And now Davey Richards giving the crowd the business. Goes up and then comes home with nothing. Shingo picking up Richards. Gut wrench suplex, spinning him around, and then just drops him down. The gut wrench drop. 1, 2 count only as Davey Richards able to kick out.
Wow, and Shingo seems to have Davey Richards well scouted. Now he is up, the spirit is fighting, and now Shingo.
The spirit is burning!
That's right, and now off the ropes comes Shingo. But met by a foot by Davey Richards.
He just clobbered Davey Richards. Covered with the leg, 2 count only as Davey Richards is able to kick out.
Unbelievable, Shingo.
Shingo is just, he is mired in frustration and disappointment as he cannot believe Davey Richards kicked out of that. Now Shingo bringing Richards back up to his feet. The crowd firmly behind Shingo, and now Davey Richards fighting out of the Argentina backbreaker. And now, I believe he hit him with a low blow. Rick Knox may not have seen it. In fact, I bet he didn't see it. And now Davey Richards is trying to hook Shingo up for the DR driver. But after the low blow, I'm not sure how much fight Shingo has left in him. Shingo reverses out of it. He gets Davey Richards up. He's got him in a fireman carry. And now Davey Richards rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Was that 2? No, that was only a 2 count. And now Davey Richards. No, that was a 3 count. Rick Knox saying it was a 3 count. And Davey Richards, he's got him in the Panama Canal. And now Shingo actually tapped out. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. It was a 3 count, but Davey Richards applying the submission after